Yo, before I get in this video, what are you doing? Subscribe, bro. Come on, it's that easy. It's gonna take like 3 seconds. Make sure you turn on all notifications if you want to know when I upload too. What's good, YouTube? It's Mello back with another video, and today we got some Devin Porter Road to Glory. Here we are against Missouri. Early on in the season, I know we are 3-1 right now, but later on in this gameplay, you're gonna see about the record skip about 3 to 4 games. That's because some of the footage was lost. I don't know where it went. I literally searched my computer everywhere, but I did manage to scrape up the last little bit of the season, so I did not have to completely scrap this episode for the season. But right here we are with a way better start to the season than last year. As you can see, I'm a starter now. I'm a very vocal point in this team, and here we are up 6-0 against Tennessee, and I'm gonna get that sack on 4th down to end the game right there. So we are in the Heisman rankings right now. We are a Heisman finalist so far early on in the season. Here we are going up against 2-1 South Alabama, but they did come out in this game with a vengeance. They did score on us, but we did try to play hard the whole game. I think we came in just taking them a little bit too lightly just because they're South Alabama, but they were not playing too many games with us. But me, I kept my foot on the pedal the whole time, not taking no breaks. I already know if you let an opponent play with you, they're gonna beat you. But right here, I'm gonna get this pick. It should have been a pick 6, but this lineman has the greatest play of his career, diving for that tackle. And then right here on 3rd and 5, I get another sack on South Alabama, putting this game pretty much in a coffin. And I try to get my second interception of the game, but it's gonna be a TFL. So we win against South Alabama. We are currently 6-0, number 1 in the SEC. I didn't move up or down in the Heisman rankings, so I'm not too mad about that. Here we are against Vanderbilt on 1st and 10 right here. He's going to dump it off to the flats. I'm going to be lurking down there. I'm going to get a tackle, and then right here on 3rd and 11, I get my first sack of the game. Had a real quiet game against Vanderbilt, but that's okay because on right here on 3rd and 1, I get a TFL. But that was pretty much the end of the highlights against Vanderbilt, besides this sack right here on 2nd and 1 at the end of the game to pretty much end it. So yeah, we're on a crazy winning streak right now. We only lost 1 game this season, which is, I don't know how we lost that game, but it's okay. Here we are. Like I said, we did skip a couple weeks, so now we are playing against 4-6 Kentucky. As you can see, we are now 9-1 on the season. We only lost that 1 game early on in the season, but I did drop out of the Heisman finalist rankings. I'm no longer a Heisman contender, which sucks, but I really just want the national championship if anything. And I'm going to get all the awards for being the best linebacker in the country by the end of the season anyway. But as you can see, I'm just having a field day against Kentucky, running around O-lineman, making hits on the quarterback. Right here on 3rd and 2, I'm just going to use my speed to get around him again and get another sack on Deuce Hogan. That is to break the school record for sacks in a career, and I'm only a sophomore, man. We have nothing but the sky to reach at this point in time, and as you can see, I get this TFL right at the end of the game. So we're gonna do like a little stat check. As you can see, we are 10-1, undefeated in the SEC East, number 1, or I think we're number 4 at that time. But as you can see right here, I have the most solo tackles and most sacks in the NCAA right now with 61 total or solo tackles with 22 sacks. And then right here we have me stamped in the school record books already as just a sophomore, breaking the records for sacks in a game, a career, and a season. And then right here in our rivalry game against Georgia Tech, I started off slow, didn't really get moving until about the 3rd quarter, but once I did, I could not be stopped. As you can see right here, I'm making tackles, started the game off with a sack. This should have been a safety, but I got there a little bit too late. Still gonna tackle for loss nonetheless. And then right here on 1st and 10, using my speed once again to get around the inside on that O-lineman and get another sack. He's going to dump it off to the flats. That ball floated in the air for way too long, so you know I'm charging downhill at that tackle. And then right here on 2nd and 4, again, this offensive tackle, man, he's just letting me have my way with him. And that's going to stamp our game into the SEC championship against Alabama, where on the first play of the game on the first offensive drive for Alabama, I get a sack to end their drive. But on 3rd and 13 on the very next play, they almost get all their yards back on that play. They did end up settling for 3, and we went and scored, so we're now up 7-3. getting a little assisted tackle with my teammate. And then right here on 1st and 10, I'm back in the backfield for what I thought was a sack, but the quarterback somehow releases this ball as he's flying forward, which doesn't make no sense to me. But we're coming back, making some more tackles, just stalling the momentum of the drive. And then right here on 2nd and inches, I absolutely knocked the running back off his feet for a tackle for loss. And then I'm getting in the backfield again 2 plays later for another tackle for loss. And as you see, it's crunch time, and I don't know what my teammate's doing, but he's going to let this receiver run straight past him for what would have been the game-winning touchdown for Alabama. But we go right back down on offense to score and stamp our ticket to the national championship, where we are facing a familiar foe in George Mitchell in Oregon. And on the first play of the game right there, or the first drive, excuse me, I'm gonna get a sack on George Mitchell, but they're gonna come back and score and make this game 10-7. So right here on 2nd and 10, little freeze, but I'm in the backfield, still getting a sack. 2nd sack on the game here against this dominant Oregon offense. And then I've been in the backfield all day, having a field day, giving the running back a little licking. And then right here, pause, I'm gonna get a sack on 3rd and 15 to close out the 3rd quarter. Now, as you can see, we've been down pretty much all this game. Right here, that should have been a safety. I don't know what I was doing right there, getting that bad animation, but eventually we do go into overtime where we win the toss, and I like to play defense first. We got to put our best unit out there on the field. So right here on 1st and 10, George Mitchell is going to take the ball. He's going to scramble to the outside. I'm meeting him right there downhill. He tries to stiff arm me, but I'm not going for that at all. And then right here, their backs against the wall on 2nd and 14. George Mitchell is going to try to juke me out, and I make the game-saving tackle to win us the national championship. We also won the Butkus Award, any linebacker award, any defensive player of the year award that you can think of. We made it happen this year. We also broke the record for sacks in a season with 30 sacks in a single season, and we are about to break the record for most sacks in a career before the middle of the season next year. Tune in again as we try to go back to back.